Forgiveness is a challenge. In the Gospel, according to John, Jesus is teaching, whose sins you forgive are forgiven them, and whose sins you retain are retained. After the Israelites sinned with the golden calf on Mount Sinai, Moses is pleading God to forgive and have mercy on the nation. God is teaching us via Moses how to renew the covenant by praying the 13 attributes of mercy. A prayer which is the key appeal during the holy day of Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement, when we ask and pray to God to forgive us. However, it is King David who taught us about sin, about confession, and about the path to forgiveness. I am next to King David's tomb below the room of the Last Supper. After the king has sinned with Bathsheba, he is begging God, "Be gracious unto me, O God, according to the mercy, according to the multitude of the compassions. Blot out my transgressions, for I know my transgressions, and my sin is ever before me. Create me a clean heart, O God, and renew a steadfast spirit within me." The same king who reached heights of worship, praise, and closeness to God, "The Lord is my rock and my fortress and my deliverer." And the king would do so in the middle of the night. "At midnight I will rise to give thanks unto thee because of the righteous ordinance." And so, during the months of Elul, the months of mercy and forgiveness, and throughout the high holidays period, Jewish people will get up very early in the morning to plead God to forgive them. Forgiveness requires of us a significant effort of body and soul in order to uplift us back onto God. Special prayers and tunes, as well as blowing the ram's horn, the shofar, accompany the special days of the Jewish year. At the heart of the prayers are the 13 attributes of mercy and King David's psalms. But as Jesus taught, the Mishnah sages made it very clear. Furthermore, for wrongdoings between a person and God, Yom Kippur atones. However, for wrongdoings between a person and another person, Yom Kippur does not atone until he appeases the other person. Before we appeal for pardon from the merciful God, we must first ask our fellow friends, members of our family, our colleagues, to forgive us for all we have offended them. Rabbi Gamliel III says that anyone who has compassion for God's creatures will receive compassion from heaven, and anyone who does not have compassion for God's creatures will not receive compassion from heaven. The path for forgiveness and reunion with God must include deep personal process of compassion, looking inside our hearts as well as hearing our fellow friends crying out for reconciliation. O Lord, open thou my lips, and my mouth shall declare thee praise.